The window as a whole, then, AJ, how would you grade it? How would you rank it? The headline is going to be not signed a striker. But what about the rest of the business they've done, such as it is?
Can I do 0.5s? That feels like cheating if I do that. We're somewhere between a 6 and a 7, I think, which might seem really high, but I think it's essentially been a good window with a bad ending. And if they'd gone and got a striker to finish it off, then you can boost it up to an 8, a 9, whatever. It's not that. But you can't then, because they haven't signed a striker, totally discredit what they've done to this point, because they've gone and signed Anis Mehmeti, who I think will be an upgrade, to be perfectly honest, on what Sam Smodics has offered so far this season. He's got a much higher ceiling. He's younger. He's got a really good goal return. He's versatile. So much to like about him at a brilliant fee. Don't forget, if Sam Smodics was to leave this month or in the summer for 5 million, that's still a bigger fee than Town have ended up paying, at least as an upfront fee, for Anis Mehmeti, and I think that's great. And then they've gone and got the one position that I think they really, really needed. And I know that striker is seen by many to be that position, but God forbid if they'd gone into any long period of time with no Matasiwa cover and they hadn't signed anyone and he'd been suspended or anything like that. It would have been a total disaster. So they've gone and not only got cover, but got excellent cover and someone who can start alongside Azor Matasiwa as well, who they'll hope to sign on a free transfer in the summer, who's a great leader, who can do the defensive work, has a great shot in him, all of these kind of things. So that considered, I think that we have to take the positives from them. You can't discredit it because they didn't get a striker. I feel probably more positive than negative when I look at it as a whole. It's just the fact that we're sat here discussing the fact they didn't get a number 9, which felt like probably the second most important thing for me and also the biggest narrative around the team.
I'm going to ask you the same question, Stu, then I'll mute myself because my Teams is going mad with questions about something to do with print, so I'm going to have to just sort this out. Rate the window out of 10, Stu. I'll return. I'll just mute myself and then we'll be back shortly.
Okay. 6. Yeah, I think I'd be quite happily sit on a 6. As I say, don't underestimate the two deals that Ipswich have done in Mehmeti and Nil. It's amazing how quickly people move on from one new shiny thing and instantly want another. As soon as we announce a signing, it's what's next, who's next. But they have done 2 good bits of business there, and I've been encouraged what I've seen from Mehmeti so far in his 2 appearances. I think it's what Ipswich need in that number 10 role. I think his qualities are more suited to it than Schmodic's were in there. It's just that the striker bit holds me back a little bit. Could Ipswich have got better than what they've got? There would have been someone out there, probably. But I'm not going to be too down on it. I know it's going against the flow of the zeitgeist of what everyone's kind of thinking, popular opinion. But Hurst has done it at this level before. He's done it at times this season. I actually don't think, and I'll hear people screaming at the screen now, I don't think he was that bad on Saturday when he came on. That bad miss aside, when he put the ball wide, I thought he gave some, I thought he gave some sort of battling qualities up front, and he had the one where he cleared off the line, and it's been a bit of a pile on George Hurst, which I think has been a little bit over the top. And Azon was great against Bristol City recently, and Akpom, up until that little injury setback, had started to show a bit in the number 9 position without going too overboard. I look at this squad on paper still, and it's a very good Championship squad. And I think people forget how much Championship Premier League experience is in this squad. And the record that they've had, I know the last 2 results have been disappointing, but Kieran McKenna is right to point out that since the summer transfer window shut, Ipswich have been ticking along at virtually 2 points a game ever since, which is top 2 promotion form. So I'm pleased that the window's shut now and we can kind of get back up. We can put all of this to one side, and hopefully it's sort of after any kind of disappointment settles around this window, everyone can put their energies back into supporting the players that are now guaranteed to be in the squad between now and the end of the season.